Good morning, Chelsea.
Good morning, Sandy. Happy Tuesday.
Well, happy Tuesday to you too. And welcome everyone out there in Facebook and YouTube land. We're really glad that you came to join us today for Twisted Tuesday. And I got to tell you, Chelsea, it's still really cold out there.
You know what? I heard it's going to get warmer, though. I noticed the roads look quite nice today, although traffic was still a little bit slower. But I heard it's supposed to be 4 degrees on Saturday.
I am so excited about that because this cold weather has turned my hair blue.
You know what's good, though? 4 degrees means the snow starts melting. But that means it's still sowing weather because there's snow out there
There's snow out there still. So yes, and as that stuff warms up and comes our way, don't forget to get some windshield washer fluid.
Definitely drive safe.
Could be drive safe. Some of those things are going to be slippery when it starts to do that warm up. So anyways.
Slippery and slashy.
Slippery and slashy. All right, looks like Helen O's online. Good morning, Helen.
Morning, Helen.
Good morning to everyone out there, and thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate all your likes and your loves.
It's hard to do it when you're looking in the camera.
Okay. It's backward.
Maybe we need to do it this
way. Yeah. Okay, I'll let Chelsea twist herself. That's it, all our loves. Also, all your comments when you sign in and say hi and tell us things or tell us jokes or share. And thank you so much for all those people who have been working very hard. Hi, Ruth.
Morning, Ruth.
We want to thank all those people who have been going to YouTube, finding mysewingroom.ca, and the dot is D-O-T, and subscribing.
I thought there has been quite the subscription rate.
That is so exciting. I am thrilled.
Very
I am thrilled to thank you ever so much out there. We're trying to hit that 10,000 mark, which is kind of fun. All right. You know what?
We're well on our way.
We're well on our way, and we appreciate it. And I forgot my elastic, so my hair keeps wanting to fall down, but so be it.
I don't have an extra elastic.
No, that's okay. We'll just let it fall. Anyways, I want to do a few shout outs before we get started today.
Good morning, Peggy.
Peggy's come online. Hello, Peggy. So special shout outs to Teresa W., Ruth C., who's there, Nancy C., who's already there, Michelle G., Nancy L., Helen O., who's already online, Peggy N., I may end up saying them twice.
I'm enjoying this because you're in the middle of the sheet on the right-hand side.
And I'm scooping all over because I see the people are already signed in. We also had a lovely lady named Nancy L. sign in last week, which was fun. Sandy A., Carol D., Dorothy T., Loanne F., Joanne T., Glenda I., Tina B., I said Nancy already, but Nancy C. I hope you're not freezing to death out there. Ann L. I wonder if Ann is cold too. She's in Ontario. Ooh.
Probably.
Sandy W., Helen O's online, Patty G., Peggy N's online, Carol Ann M., Irene T., and Wendy Watson. W. Oh, I said that out loud. Sorry, Wendy.
Wendy W.
Wendy W.
I saw Wendy posted a fabulous photo on our Facebook group.
Oh,
she
sweet.
posted all the So Powerful purses she has been
yes,
making.
I saw that too.
And did you know we have another date set up?
I did hear that. What day is that?
March 11th.
March 11th.
So it'll be a Tuesday again.
A Giving Tuesday, March 11th. Perfect. So if you want to be, I know Wendy W. and Carol G. were there on Tuesday the 11th for Giving Tuesday, and as you say, they made beautiful things. Yeah. And so if you want to do it, March 11th for Giving Tuesday.
March 11th.
Yeah. Perfect. Excellent. That is so wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Wonderful. All right. So that's our little shout outs and greetings for this morning. So let's get started with some stuff on our Twisted Tuesday.
This is quite the list.
I know.
I'm ready.
But okay, so I guess we didn't check our overhead, did we? Let's just have a look at our top down.
Nancy says it's still freezing, and Glenda says good morning.
Oh, I know, freezing at the last. I hope you're enjoying the curling, Nancy. It was fun.
Oh, Maureen joined. Good morning,
Hi, Maureen. How are you? All right. So, okay, before we get started, we did town hall this morning and I had a really gross joke. Do you want to hear the gross joke? Everybody want
I
to hear
heard it, but I want to hear it again
again.
because it was so gross and I enjoyed it.
Okay. So, what was the snowman doing rummaging around in the carrot bag?
I don't know, Sandy.
He was picking his nose.
Ew.
All right. I just wanted to tell you something. These are some more snow jokes because we still have winter out there, unfortunately. How did the snow globe feel after listening to a scary story?
Maybe a little shaken up.
I believe she's got it right. All right, so I'll tell more jokes as we go, but let's get started on what we want to do. So you've probably heard the old saying that cutting advice in quilting is the same as in carpentry. Measure twice, cut once.
But yeah, it's harder to cut a second time because
You're
missing parts.
It might be too short. Because I don't know how many times I have done that. And I've cut a block and it was supposed to be like strips 2.5 and I cut it 2.
I think we've all
"Oh my
been there,
God."
Sandy.
I have never yet cut a 2.5 at 3 so that I could just make a little off. I mean, like, I don't know how that happens. I just don't. And then I'm thinking, I cut the block and I know that the block was, just right for 2 if you cut them in the middle square. And then I cut one 6.5 and the other one ended up 5.5. And it was like, oh, you're so silly. And you know what you do? You run back to the store and get more fabric. So let's go over a few things to make sure that we maybe don't do that. All right, let's have a look at some of the goodies we brought today. I was picking everybody's brain as to...
Very close.
Very close.
Let me see if I can make this
Zoom me out a little or whatever we need to do. Oh, just might have to do it really close up.
Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm the problem. I am the problem.
Well, I have to say we are having some Monday moments because we were away yesterday, and it's like coming back to work on a Monday.
Well, the problem was I was hitting the close-up zoom and not
the
tab
thing.
zoom.
Okay. All right. So some things you need when you're doing some cutting, especially in quilting, of course, is rotary cutters. And I picked off 3 off the list on the wall. There's more different sizes, of course, but 45 is generally where we go with quilting rotary blades. And there are 3 different styles that we have here. There's the Olfa straight, where you just pop the safety up and down.
This is my favorite.
I love the color. Like, that is so adorable.
It's super cute.
So I own one of those. I don't own that one, but I own one like that.
She has the yellow one.
Yeah, I own that one.
I have the aqua one.
Oh, very pretty. And then the next one is ergonomically correct.
This is Sandy's favorite.
Yeah, and this is Sandy's, right? That's what I use here at the store all the time because it's good for your hand. It doesn't hurt it, and you just automatically let go and the blade is covered, so you don't drop it on your foot. That's comment to Nancy.
I know. I remember the story. That's why we're not allowed to wear sandals.
No. That's not so good. And this one, I know Betty likes this one. It is her favorite. And again, it has push where you can just push and the blade is uncovered. And when you let it go, it's covered again.
This is Anne's favorite.
Is that Anne's favorite too?
Yep.
Okay.
Anne and Betty. Sandy.
Chelsea. Perfect. We got us named. All right. So a good rotary cutter is the number 1 thing. Number 2, if you have a rotary cutter and you've been using it for a long time and maybe you hit something, a pin, side of the ruler,
the table,
a new blade always comes in handy. So that's the best thing too, is if you're starting a new project and you've been using your blade for a while, how about a new blade for that? That would be awesome. Okay. Now, the other thing that we love and need, of course, is a mat. This one is an Olfa, and I bet you this is one of the self-healing ones. It doesn't say on there, does it? No.
No, but I'm pretty sure all of them are.
And we also have Omni grids as well. And they come in different sizes. Small, this size, which is the 24 by 18, which I love, because that's the size to cart around to class. And
It is a great size for that.
And you lay out your fabric, and you can get folded fabric, the whole width of it. You can cut all length in one go. You don't have to move anything. So I really like this one. What
The next
else?
size up is my favorite, 24 by 36.
Ooh, that's a good size.
I like it because it fits on my desk at home with a wool mat beside it.
Oh,
So
sweet.
I have the whole setup in one little spot. I don't have
Jeez.
to leave the area.
I love it. She's got it going on, people. Woo! All right, so we've got our mat now in good working condition. Eventually mats do wear out, so you do need to replace them.
You do want to make sure you're taking care of them. So don't iron on them. Don't expose them to too much light. Don't leave them in a hot car. And don't get them cold or hot. And one thing they also don't say on here is make sure you're storing them flat.
Yes.
Don't bend them, don't fold them, don't have them dipping curved anywhere.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to be so happy.
No. And if you do have a little wobble in it, one person suggested that we turn the dryer on and put it on top of the dryer lid and put some weights on it and see if you can, with heat, kind of massage it back into shape. But once it's bent, it's
bent.
It's bent. So you need to take good, proper care of your mat. Okay. So next we need a really good ruler. There are lots of rulers out on the market. I really like this one because it does the full length of the fabric when you cut. So this particular one is 6.5 by 24.
And it's a very nice size if you're doing like 6-inch blocks. We recommend this ruler in our quilting first class. The 6.5, not the 6.
Yeah, because but then when you remember that you're cutting a 6-inch strip, it's not the width of the fabric. It's got to take that half inch.
Yeah, don't forget. And when you're placing your ruler down, always remember you have that 1/2 inch on the side. So you're not cutting with this counted in, because then you're going to get some really weird numbers.
Yeah, those numbers that you in the middle of the night wonder, why did I cut it that size? Okay.
The 1/2 inch.
The 1/2 inch. Okay. So one thing to keep in mind with rulers is they're slippery.
Yes. I am a ruler slipper.
Yeah, ruler slipper.
That is who I am. But I made a new best friend.
Okay.
This is my best friend.
That's your
Grippy.
best friend, Grippy.
I love this. You spray it on the back of your rulers, and I've actually used it on paper templates before as well.
Excellent.
Spray it on the back, and then essentially we have a video on it of a ruler that we had unsprayed. You could see me slipping it around like this. And then after I sprayed it, I put it down and I tried moving it, and it wasn't moving anywhere.
Okay.
It is fantastic stuff. I love it. You can use it on a ton of stuff, and it's kind of see-through. It starts kind of opaque when you spray it on a lot, and then it dries a little bit clearer. So you can still see through it.
All right, good.
And you can clean off your rulers that have it on. It's great stuff.
Okay.
Would recommend.
All right. There's a couple of other products, and I'll just bring them to mind. There is the InvisiGrip. So now this, you have to actually cut it yourself and apply it. So there's some different ways to do that. You can do a whole sheet along the length of it. You can do little strips. You can cut it for smaller projects like your squares into little circles or squares and stick it on so that it works. But you have to cut it yourself and apply. The other one I had in there are the little unique dots. Now they come as little dots, little circles, and you can just apply them wherever you would like. And I noticed that Dawn has applied some dots to our ruler up front when we cut, but only
might have been because I was slipping it.
So there are some ways to make this ruler nice and steady.
Yep.
All right. So the other thing that I have there is the glow line tape. It's transparent fluorescent tape, and you can mark whatever width you want where you're cutting so that you don't get foiled up with the 1/2 inch, or if you don't, like you're cutting 3-inch strips, you can run it down the 3-inch line and that's where I want to cut.
So I love this tape. I've used it a lot. One thing I would recommend when using this tape, because I did it the wrong way once before, is I put a little arrow on my tape pointing which way that I want to be cutting it.
Yeah.
So I'm not using the wrong
side of the ruler. Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Been there, done that. So that's a very, very good tip. Thanks, Chelsea. All right. Now, the other thing, the last thing I want to mention about cutting is if you are a total klutz, like some of us, and have actually cut yourself doing your cutting, I recommend the Fons and Porter Klutz glove.
So this is the stainless steel woven glove with cut-resistant fibers. It's left or right-handed. It has rubber dots for gripping, so you're not sliding on your slidey ruler.
So sliding right into your rotary cutter.
It's comfortable wear, and you can machine wash it.
So that is, if you really want to protect yourself from cutting, that's it. All right. So now we have all of the tools that we need for cutting. And of course, I brought this ruler, but we can't cut with that ruler. And I don't have another ruler. Do we have another ruler? Oh, no.
Here's one.
You got one? Okay, sweet. Okay, because this is a brand new one, and I just wanted to show you the product. I did not want to cut with it. Okay, perfect. So now I want to mention one other thing that we can do to our fabric that will help us out.
This is one of my favorites. Also,
Yep.
Sandy.
Yep.
It helps in pressing.
Yep.
So this is Best Press. It's a starch and sizing alternative. It makes your fabric just a little bit crispier.
Yes, and makes it lie nice and flat so we can get a good smooth cut. All right, so now let's do a little cutting. Are you ready out there? So we're going to talk about proper fabric placement. But before we do that, I brought some fabrics in, and we're going to do a little starching. I've got a little Best Press, and I've got the iron going, and we'll let Chelsea pick whichever beautiful color she would like to cut. And we'll do a little press.
Let's inspect our options.
Yes.
Okay, so we have that color. This color. There's so many options here, Sandy.
Yeah. Well,
I think this one.
Okay, so I was going to say, we're actually going to use all those colors in our project tomorrow.
Fantastic.
And it's all about cutting, so let's... and then sewing. It's going to be fun. Okay, so there's our piece of fabric, and we're going to give it a nice press with Mary Ellen's Best Press and our hot iron. Ooh, yes. Okay, so while she's doing that, I want to talk to you about Princess Elsa from, what's the name of that show?
Frozen?
From Frozen, because I mean, God, it's frozen out there. So why did Princess Elsa fall off her sled?
Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Let it go, let it go, let it go. That's great. All right, one more before we go back to our project here. What gift should you never give a snowman?
A hairdryer.
Yeah, that's good too. I don't recommend an electric blanket either.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. All right, so here we go. We're just going to press that Mary Ellen's Best Press starchy thingy that we've got going on. I'm so good today. I have great language skills.
Loving it, Sandy.
Loving it. Anyways, we're just going to do that. And then we're going to show you the proper placement for the fabric and cutting direction, and lovely stuff. I like it. I like it. Okay, while we're doing that, let's bring you up to date with what's happening at the store this week, because my Monday Minute, I didn't have a Monday Minute.
Oh, well, I think we can take some time from Tuesday.
Can I take a Tuesday Minute
Yep.
for a Monday Minute? Okay.
I vote yes.
All right, so for this week, we are doing Twisted Tuesday today with Measure Twice, Cut Once. Wacky Wednesday, we're going to make a 9-patch with a twist.
I'm so excited. We're going to do the twist.
We're going to do the twist. Do the twist. And then on Tips and Tricks on Thursday, we're going to talk about jelly rolls, the clover tool, and do a little demo. And then we've got an announcement. Announcement. Okay, so that's what's happening on Facebook. Look forward to next week. Just to remind everybody, we are going to have a sharing day on Facebook and YouTube on Thursday, February 27th. And I've already seen Chelsea's project, and it is amazing.
Thank you, Sandy.
I don't
but
even-
it's only been 50% of my project so far.
So it's really cool. I can't wait for you to see that. I will be bringing in a project. We're going to show Anna's project. And if there's anybody else who would like to share a project with us, we would really appreciate that. Either a picture to Miss Chelsea at education at mysewingroom.ca, or bring it in. If you don't want to leave it with us, we'll take a picture on the cell phone for the store, and we will bring it to you, or we'll make sure that Chelsea gets it right. I won't bring it to you, but I'll send it to you. And the other way is to drop off your project, and we can show it off on camera on Thursday, February 27th. I'm looking forward to sharing day. All right.
too.
Yeah. So one other thing that's happening this week, and I wanted to remind everybody, we do have social sewings booked.
We sure do.
If you have any trouble finding them online, give us a call. We can sign you up. This week we have Thursday and Friday, February 20th and 21st. Social sewing starts 10:30 in the morning and goes till 4:30, and it's $10 plus tax. All right.
Sure is.
Okay, are you ready for the next one? Okay, our next tip is squaring up your fabric. And I see that our lovely girl has already got it all set up. So what we want to do is we try to, okay, Chelsea laughed at me because I take off a whole schwack when I do it, but she's very, very economical.
I am economical, so Sandy would take off maybe
Yeah, I
that
take
much
like that much,
because
yeah.
she wants to make sure she's getting all the layers.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking up here, I can actually see that the top fabric is shorter or longer than the bottom
Okay,
fabric.
so we know we need to leave a little bit extra, not humongous amounts like Sandy, but
yeah, I just want to make sure that, see, like here, they're not even.
They're not even.
So
yeah.
I need to get those even, but up here, it's also not even. So I want to make sure that I'm taking off a little bit.
So how are you squaring it at the bottom there, Chelsea?
I have my fold over here
Mm-hmm.
because my mat was sitting this way, so I'm actually standing up
Yeah.
while I'm doing this so I
Yes.
can inspect everything.
Good.
And I've lined up a line on my ruler, horizontal line with my fold.
And then, so that makes a nice 90-degree corner across the bottom and up the top.
Sure does.
All right, and then Chelsea's going to take her wonderful cutter with the brand new blade, which I don't think I have a brand new blade, and she's going to be very careful cutting directions away from her body. Beautiful.
And now, the trick I like to do to see if I got all the layers before I even move it
Yeah.
is I grab this, then I just check to make sure I got
about
40 inches worth of fabric here.
And it was complete all in one go. Beautiful. Nice, smooth pressure from one end to the other. Okay, so now what are we going to do? I'd actually need to have a 2.5-inch strip cut.
So I'm just going to flip it. And I'm going to make sure I put it down straight because this is a pretty skinny piece of fabric.
Yeah.
So I could accidentally curve it at this point. I want to make sure I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I don't want to shift my things.
Yeah.
And I'm flipping it over because I need to cut from this side because I'm cutting as a lefty.
Mm-hmm.
I could cut as a righty if we want to really mess people up.
Yeah.
I feel like we should be consistent today.
Yeah, she's a left-hander, so we're going to do it with the southpaw thing.
So there's two things I'm lining up here. I'm lining my line here on my ruler with the fold.
Right.
And I'm also ensuring on my ruler there are these vertical lines here marking my 1/2 inch because Sandy said 2.5
inches. Yeah.
I want to make sure that line is fully on my fabric.
Right.
Full cutting, not scant cutting.
Right.
Full cutting means I'm getting the full number. So I am just going to line that up and just double check my work, come all the way up and make sure it's straight. That looks pretty good.
Yep. So that's stocking your fabric and with only a few layers at once to prevent shifting.
Yes.
She's good.
And sometimes, honestly, what I do at home is I have this glass bowl filled with glass rocks. And I will put that on my end of my ruler.
Just to give it that added little weight so it doesn't slide or slip or move.
Yep. So I do use the grippy and then I also add that bowl.
Just to make
sure. It just gives me a little bit of peace, you know.
That's right. So, and Chelsea did this. She double checked her ruler alignment and positioned it correctly on the fabric before cutting. So that's where you measure twice and cut once. Beautiful. Isn't she great?
Can I chop it?
You go right ahead and chop.
And I walk my hand up my ruler. I've noticed that I slip my ruler because I start
Yeah.
because my hand isn't there.
Yeah,
So
it isn't there in the right spot.
start my hand, I cut, I pause, move my hand, I cut, I pause, I move my hand, and I pause.
And I like to see where she puts things. She's at least an inch back from the edge, so if it did slip up, it's not going to take her whole hand off,
We
right?
don't want any accidents.
No.
And of course, I know that I did a good cut because I have 40 inches of fabric here.
Yay! Chelsea, that was a wonderful
feeling.
demo. All right, so that's how we do our measure twice, cut once, ensuring that we always use a sharp rotary cutter, a proper cutting mat, and to always cut away from our body while holding firmly your ruler in place to achieve accurate cuts. Most importantly, making sure your rotary blade is sharp and only cut through a manageable amount of fabric at a time.
Yeah, cutting through a manageable amount is definitely good in multiple ways.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good morning, Carol.
Morning, Carol. Morning, Sandy.
Oops. Clicking buttons.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay.
So the reason why it's important to cut in certain ways,
Let's go back to it.
not using too much fabric.
Come my way a little.
Am I too far?
Okay. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Is that better?
That's perfect.
Okay. So personally, the most I ever cut is 3 pairs of fabric.
Okay.
So 6 layers.
6 layers. Okay.
And the reason why is the more fabric you have, and also if you have a dull blade, the more pressure you're putting in, which results more pressure on your mat, which can wreck your mat over time, doing that often. Or you could also hurt your hand, which means less sewing time.
Yeah, we need to make sure that we're taking good care of ourselves because you know what? There's nothing like being out of commission because of some slippage.
Yeah, we don't want that. And personally, if I'm going to slip on fabric, I'd rather slip on only 3 layers than 10.
Yeah, exactly. Let's not wreck all of the fabric in one go. Yeah, I agree with you. So now the reason I had her cut some 2.5-inch strips is we're going to make a 9 patch tomorrow. And those fabrics that we had showed, we are going to make a really funny looking 9 patch. And then we're going to cut it with a twist.
I can't wait.
Woohoo! So that's tomorrow. I think that should be kind of fun.
Sandy likes making me work.
I know. I'm just sorry, Chelsea.
It's okay. I still love you.
Okay, good. I love you too.
You're
All
still
right.
my Valentine.
Yes. Get the heart thing right. Okay.
Just keep rotating
Keep
it.
rotating it. Okay.
We nailed it.
All right, we nailed it. So, speaking of, being together, what did one snowflake say to the other?
No.
Let's stick together.
Oh.
And one last joke before we do some announcements here. Who protects snowmen?
The Snow Queen?
Snow angels.
Oh, that's cute.
All right, some snow jokes for you. And I know the cold is no joke. So be
True.
very careful and cautious out there and everything. So, all right. So I've talked to you about what we're doing for the rest of Facebook and YouTube this week and about Sharing Day and about social sewing. We have a class coming up on Sunday. Sunday.
It's an excellent class. It's rope ball class.
I know. And just as I was leaving, Deb was talking to someone on the phone about signing up for rope ball. So that class is a go on Sunday.
Oh, that's awesome news. It's a 4-hour day.
Yep.
11:30 to 3:30 because it's on a Sunday.
Yep.
And you're going to learn how to create a rope ball from start to finish.
So cool. So cool.
I love taking that class.
I had so much
I
fun.
didn't get to sew long because I was helping.
Yeah, that sometimes
But
happens.
I went home and sewed up so many bowls.
Oh, I know. We showed those off. So if you want to look back to last week's rope bowls, they were really cute.
They were fun to make.
adorable.
I really enjoyed it.
Okay. And the fun thing about this is it's only $20.
Yep.
You just need a skein of rope and clothesline and some thread.
Maybe some fray check.
It's very check.
Maybe some fabric.
Yep.
If you want to do some fabric. Maybe an embroidery machine with an embroidery design that is very loose, like not very dense.
Yeah.
Maybe something like red work.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. So if you want to join us on Sunday when it will be warm, we would be happy to have you. All right. So I think before we close today, I just want to talk to you guys about our local quilt shop voting.
Ooh, tell me more, Sandy.
All right. So there is a contest that's being sponsored by Annie, and it's for your favorite quilt stores, and you may have more than one, but you can vote for as many as you like.
You sure
But you can
can.
only vote once for each store, so be careful. So, but we would really appreciate your vote for My Sewing Room. You go to www.lqs.com/or/vote. And that's until February 28th. So, so exciting. I think we're third in the province at the moment, and we're just a givener. So thank you so much. I know we hit our 150 mark. We're over that. So I'm going to have to get Chelsea to get me a new...
Oh, I have it ready.
You have it ready.
I just have to bring it down.
Yeah, so we can just fill it in and watch our little thermometer rise.
I
and
love the thermometer. It's just so
it's-
fun.
It is fun, and it's love to just watch it and do it. All right, I think that's everything for today, everybody. Please join us tomorrow for Wacky Wednesday when we do the 9-patch with a twist.
I cannot wait.
I think it'll be fun putting Chelsea to work again. So this is always fun watching her work.
Sandy likes making me work hard.
I know. All right, everybody. Keep warm, safe, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.